All right, hello everyone. It's John with the Curtins For You Podcast. Again, I'm probably not going to post this till tomorrow, but I got my good Ted Adam here, and we're going to talk music. I don't know, maybe talk bourbon, maybe talk. I mean, dude, whatever you feel like talking. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, obviously. No. Thank you for having me.
So. First Goose shows.
No. Well, not. I don't want to say first Goose shows. I want to say first run, specifically for Goose, because like the times
pigeons,
that
yeah.
Right. Well, then there was also Peach Festival as well.
Sure.
I think that was summer of 2019.
It was, yeah.
Yeah. So no, like I said, I called him a few times, and it was never, I would rather see something else kind of thing. Like it was never. I never had anything against them or anything. I dug their music, for the first time I heard them. But I would say after the New Hampshire and New Haven shows, not this past weekend, but the week before. What was that? That was June 10th, 11th.
It was the 11th, 12th, 13th.
11th through 13th.
Was the 3 nights.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, that's really all I can say about it is wow.
Yeah.
Like I'm very seldom. Because I'm very, very picky about how I, very picky about the music that I listen to most of the time, but it's very, very rare that a band just captures me like that, or any artist, rather, because it's, people are very selective with their time, we're limited on time. So, the fact, give me one second.
Well, what I thought was gratifying, like, for me, having, like, talked to you about Goose a lot and shit, was you were like sort of unsure about like what the live experience would give you, and it seemed like
sure.
it seemed to me like you were taken to that place,
Oh, absolutely. I want to say for me personally, it gave me that sense of like that wholeness that it kind of struck me in that archetypal center where it was like it was more than just an experience as much as it was an inspiration. It kind of inspired me to, do things that I want to do, to like it, to be creative, to... Yeah. No, I mean, I walked away from that 3-night run thinking, I can't remember the last time I saw a band that just does not play bad shows. Right.
Like, I don't think I've seen a bad Goose show in my life, which I've discussed with other people, but it's just like, and you know this, like, it's so hard to play multiple nights in a row, like, really well.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I really feel like Goose just, they're on, and they're not playing just a bad show, bad note even. I mean, I can't think of a low light from the 3 nights that
sure
we did.
Yeah, and even just keeping up with their streams after that weekend.
They've been phenomenal.
Yeah, it's what we're seeing something special. Like you go back to like 94, 95. Pre Jerry death. How Fish was operating.
Right.
Like we're in a moment right now with Goose. I feel like that is like Fish pre Clifford Ball.
Right.
I think, in this Fred Festival it's kind of setting the stage, or at least the tempo for that. I feel like there's a lot of momentum behind the band, and as soon as that kicks off, I think we're going to see something phenomenal happen.
When Fred Festival was announced, I'll be honest, I was a little bit surprised, because for a band of Goose's size to throw a festival is rare.
Sure.
So that was a loud firework. We're outside on my deck. That's so if you hear any background noise, it's just people having fun.
Too much fun. That was loud.
Yeah, too much fun, being loud. But yeah, man, those 3 nights were really good. I've been trying to just talk to anyone who was there, because no one's seen music in so long.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
see,
it's been the longest since I've seen music.
Right. Yeah, I think what kind of struck me, especially at those shows, is that there's a mix of people within the crowd. There was basically two types of people that were at these shows. One, you had people that were very familiar with Goose already, and they knew what was going to happen. Like they didn't know, but they had an idea. Like,
the energy was high.
Right. So they knew. And then you had the other type of people where they were coming to this Goose show based on the faith that they see in the people that were already hyped for it.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, the hype for this band is highly contagious.
It is, yeah.
Very contagious.
No, it is. It's interesting, too, because it all developed during COVID.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, like the bingo sets, the live streams, the Goose Mess, that, no one was really doing much.
Right, and I think,
including bands that I fucking love, dude.
Mm-hmm.
It's just they weren't really playing.
Right. Yeah, and, it's interesting because, I think, as terrible as a year that it was, a lot of, think, it's over and hopefully, but...
Hopefully.
Yeah, but, that year did something very interesting in the sense of it kind of allowed artists to kind of step back and internalize a lot of things, and it allowed them to kind of really think about, like, okay, what are their goals, what are their orientation, what direction do they want to go?
What I noticed too was bands all of a sudden putting out music videos again, and they were all really good, and it's like one of those things that came back during COVID, but I hope it comes back permanently.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy that. I like music videos. I think they're cool, especially if the band has control over what they want to do.
Oh yeah, you saw the So Ready video, right?
Well, the So Ready video is a great example.
Right. So let's talk about that for a second, because I've watched it a good handful of times now, and I'm trying to kind of articulate between what lyrics are being spoken in the moment of what frame of the video are we in, where. It kind of tells a story a little bit, and I think what I gathered from it was he kind of is on what I'm thinking is whoever the song is about, he's kind of on this platform of being ready to kind of go to the next level with things, but he's also remembering at a time earlier in life that maybe he was doubted by people, or he was kind of unsure about some things, and so it was kind of revisiting the same situation in which he was doubted, and now nobody doubts him. Yeah, it's kind of like an evolutionary thing of remembering where you came from. I don't know. That's kind of what I got from it.
I can see that. One of the things that I was so psyched about, and you were there, was getting to see Labyrinth.
Oh yeah.
Because that I spoke about that on another episode, but. It's such a great song. It's almost sort of a Yem sort of song. Mm-hmm. With the amount of composition, and then a drop into a really open pocket for either Pete or Rick or Trevor to lead a jam that's really awesome,
mm-hmm.
Blissful and really good.
Yeah, it definitely sways. There are a lot of parts of that song that definitely sways. It's a good way to carry people, whether it's to the next song or to a different type of reprise, jam, whatever. Yeah. It's a good transport, and I feel like it moves the show along very, very well. And I enjoy it.
Also, I thought Dawn was awesome.
Oh, Dawn is just masterful. It's masterful.
Yeah. They did such a great job with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You definitely hear a lot of what I would say, again, every person has that creative center that they kind of need to tap into, and I think you can hear, that full expression with Dawn. I think Dawn was made from a very, very open state of mind. Yeah. I feel like it was very...
I like it. I want them to do the 2.0, or type 2, a full jam of Dawn with the outro lyrics. That'd be dope. I'd be remiss to not mention the Tumble Factory Fiction. That was really, really, really good.
Yeah. Now, so Temple Factory Fiction, my experience with that, again, was just based in the good faith of people that were, like, already, educated on this.
Right.
So like, those were both songs that I've never heard before.
Right.
Like, on any medium. So
Yeah.
it was a good experience for me because I actually got to saw, for me, it felt untouched. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like there was no expectation of what that song was gonna.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And the crowd goes crazy, so you're like, I wonder what is gonna happen.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like they say you can't listen to a song the first time more than once. You only hear a song for the first time one time. So
Right,
it was, I think as special as that was, I think it really kind of set that in stone for me as far as knowing what this song is supposed to, for Factory Fiction. Yeah.
Also, dude, props to Greg for the freestyle.
Oh,
Fucking yeah, dude.
It was really, really
Greg,
good.
you're every time you come on stage, man, you kill it. So we want more. We definitely want more.
Oh, totally.
Dude, that was great. I was really happy to hear Fish in the Sea. I fucking dig that song.
Mm-hmm.
It's a cool song.
Yeah. I mean, and I want to talk about Fish in the Sea a lot. That's one song that I have had on repeat. But just real quick, the Earthling or Alien that Craig came out and rapped on, right?
Yeah, dude, the Earthling or Alien was
so
tight.
Yeah. So like, I think just my perspective is like that rhythm, that bass line to that song.
Too,
it's funky. It's
Yeah, it's great.
It was very, very easily applied, hip hop. It just fits so well, and again, like that. This band's been amazing me left and right.
Dude, I'm about Earthling and Alien. That song's fucking dope. It's so good, dude. It's so much fun.
Yeah. Yeah, no. My first experience with that song was their stream from Goose at the Rockefeller Center. So, that was one that I was actually glad that I could anticipate just because of how much I liked it. And even the first time I met Ben, right? And even then, it was like I had not listened to Goose that much at the time when I met him. So I kind of mentioned to him, I was like, hey, so like I saw this one song that you did on, at Goose on the Rockefeller, it was Earthling or Alien, because I had caught that part of the video, and he was just like, oh yeah, that's a good one. I remember him mentioning that, they always, it's almost like an awkward moment when they go to start the song. They kind of just like look at each other, just it's a cue thing, and obviously they got it down now. But I remember him mentioning the story that they starting that song off is a little tricky, I guess. I don't want to elaborate, too much more, but like that was, I thought that was interesting because it is it's a very offbeat jam, like the
intro too it's sort of a slow intro, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, I could see, practice, hard work.
Right. So that was, I want to say that was probably like my first, like, okay, I do like this band, like it's in the forefront of my mind to like think about them now, like that after I saw that, talk to Ben, I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. And so that's why I was grateful to hear that at the first night in New Haven, because it's like I knew how much I enjoyed that song the first time.
Right.
That seeing it live kind of brought me up on a very, very high energy level, and then when Craig came out, like that was it just completely blew it open for me. So that was a very, very good experience for me.
Yeah. I want to give Swayze, New Hampshire, some love too, because even though it rained, we were fucking grooving.
Mm-hmm.
That was a lot of fun, and I know Goose brings bad weather, but the energy was raised during the rain, and that was blast.
Oh, no, Swayze was a good time, dude. Swansea Swayze.
Yeah. Yeah, Swayze.
Swayze. No, that was a really good time, man.